Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Aiman Hazim bin Nuramin.
My name is Muhammad Aiman Syakirin bin Ayub.
My name is Muhammad Irfan Fatih bin Safari.
We will present to you about the story from Surah Al-Kahfi, which is
The people of the cave.
enjoy it.
Very long ago, there was a very bad and evil king. He was very cruel and unjust with his power. He used to do all kinds of bad things and gave a very hard time to his people. He did not like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so he forced his people to do idol worshipping in his kingdom. If anyone believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the king will become very mad and punish them in extremely cruel ways and kill them. One time, a religious leader was passing by the town and he was telling the people about the one and only God, Allah. He was very careful, so the king's guard do not see him. Sometimes, he went to the public bath area to talk about Allah. One time, the religious leader met 7 young people in that city, and they believed in Allah with all of their hearts. After a while, the evil king found out. He ordered to bring them in front of him. Since they were so young, the king did not kill them right away, but the king told them that they had to worship the idols, and if they continued to believe in Allah, then he would kill them all. The king also ordered them to not leave the town.
The younger group realized that if they live in the place, the terrible and the evil king would force them to worship idols. So they decided to leave the town. But leaving the town was extremely hard. They pray to Allah. They pray to Allah for their protection from the evil king. Finally, in the name of Allah, they plan to escape in the town. At first, they went outside playing with the balls. At one point, they were quietly trying to leave, but a barking dog was following them. And young men got worried. They tried to scare it away, the dog, but the dog still following them. Seeing that the dog won't leave them, they realized that the dog was a blessing from Allah. So the 7 young men and the big dog ran and went as far away as they could. After they finally left the town, they were extremely exhausted and tired. They need a place to stay, so they decided to climb up and hide in the small cave. So the king's guards were not able to find them. All the 7 of them were inside the cave, and the big dog was near the front of the cave, so even if anyone near it, the dog could scare them away. So finally, they fell asleep. After the long travel, but this sleep was not just any kind of regular sleep, but with the Allah is miracle. The young men slept for over few hundred years during their sleep. Allah protect them by covering the entrance of the cave with the rock and trash, so that the outside world could not find them at all. During their sleep, as centuries pass by, they continue to sleep. The entire world around them start to change. Their kingdom also changed with the many kings, one after another, and after about 300 years, there was a good religious king, and the people of the town did not worship the idols anymore. But they were confused about the day of the judgment. They always argue with each other how after death, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them life again.
So, one day, the good king prayed to Allah to show a miracle to the people so that they could believe in the day of the judgment. The 7 young men wake up to show them the miracle. Those young men in the cave finally woke up after about 300 years, but they thought they were asleep for maybe just a day or even less. The young men wake up after hundreds of years. All of a sudden, they were very hungry and thirsty, so they sent one of the guys to the city to buy some food and water. But as the young men slowly started heading out to the city, everything seemed unfamiliar to him. Their playing fields were turned into tall buildings, and the buildings from his period was not there anymore. He could not recognize his own town when he finally arrived at the market to get some food. When he arrived at the shop, the young man paid the food using his centuries-old coin. The owner of the shop thought that he found some old coin treasure. He was asking the young man, where did he found that old coin? By that time, the market's people gathered around because they could not believe how he had so many older coins. When he told the people their entire story, everyone was surprised. The young took them to their cave to meet the rest of the group. And finally, the people understood that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, anything is possible. This beautiful story of Surah Al-Kahfi teaches us about the power of faith and the mercy from Allah. It reminds us that for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is very easy for Him to take our life and give back our life. This story shows us how we get our life back on the day of the judgment. Allah has power to do anything, and He is the one and only God.